October 5th, 2025, Guangdong, China. At 2:50 p.m. on Sunday, Typhoon Matmo, which had passed through the Philippines earlier in the week, made landfall on the east coast of Xiwan County in Zhangjiang City, South China's Guangdong Province. The Guangdong Meteorological Administration reported that Matmo was the 21st named storm of the 2025 Pacific typhoon season, with rainfall estimated at 100 to 249 millimeters, 3.93 to 9.8 inches, in Guangdong Province. As the storm intensified before making landfall, the Chinese government was forced to evacuate 347,000 residents from vulnerable areas. The storm's winds reached 151 kilometers per hour, 94 miles per hour, in the early morning and reached Guangdong and Hainan provinces in the afternoon. As the storm moved towards Guangxi Province, its speed gradually decreased. The China Meteorological Administration issued a red alert, the highest level of warning, and predicted that some areas could receive 10 to 12 inches, 25 to 30 centimeters, of rain by Monday, increasing the risk of flooding. Typhoon Matmo caused widespread evacuations of residents and tourists in southern China. In Guangxi Zhuang Province, nearly 26,000 tourists were evacuated from Weizhou Island, while about 350,000 people were forced to leave their homes in southern coastal areas. More than 10,000 emergency and rescue personnel were deployed in Guangdong Province, and emergency services continued to operate without interruption, according to the South China Morning Post. In addition, 4,024 personnel from ships and oil rigs were evacuated. Southwest Guangdong was hit hard, with 151,000 residents evacuated. Typhoon Matmo is expected to move west and north, hitting northern Vietnam and China's Hainan province. More than 197,000 people had been evacuated in Hainan province as of Sunday afternoon, while Guangdong province has stepped up its emergency response, with another 15,000 people evacuated en masse. Guangxi province has issued a high-level emergency response, with 889 ships being put into safe harbor and 168 others being directed to safe waters. The storm's wind speed reached 45 meters per second, and emergency teams have been deployed to restore power and communications in affected areas. Typhoon Matmo is moving northwestward and is expected to bring heavy rain and persistent storms to affected areas. Meng, Deputy Party Secretary of the province, urged local authorities to be on full alert and take necessary measures to minimize damage and loss of life during the National Day and Mid-Autumn Festival. In Zhejiang Province, all highways were closed on Sunday morning, and classes, transportation, and businesses were temporarily suspended. In Hainan Province, including the capital Haikou and the coastal city of Nachang, trains were delayed on Sunday and are expected to resume service on Monday. Schools, ferry routes, and businesses were also temporarily closed. At Haikou International Airport, flights were canceled on Saturday evening and will resume late Sunday. In Hong Kong, More than 100 flights were affected by the storm, with another 20 canceled. The storm's center was 390 kilometers, 242 miles, from Hong Kong on Sunday afternoon and was weakening and moving away from the city.
我操！我这边撑不住了！我操！对，老条病我都害了，叫歪起来，都快掉害了，叫歪起来。
The weather agency said the number 3 strong wind signal had been downgraded to number 1, as the wind intensity was no longer a general threat. However, localized winds and heavy rainfall were still expected in some areas, with occasional sea and high-altitude gales. The weather agency warned that thunderstorms and strong winds were possible in the coming hours, and people were advised to avoid water activities and beaches. Although the storm was expected to weaken by the afternoon, weather officials stressed that atmospheric instability and rough waters would continue, especially in coastal and mountainous areas. The storm is expected to weaken as it moves towards Yunnan Province in southern China and then northern Vietnam, but officials warned that heavy rainfall of up to 249 millimeters in some areas could cause flooding and landslides.
大家都去追小黄，我。
The Vietnam Meteorological Agency said that Typhoon Matmo could bring heavy rain and strong winds until late Sunday, with flooding possible in parts of northern Vietnam. Forecasts show that the storm will make landfall over the Hong Ninh Sea area around 10 p.m. on October 5th, causing adverse conditions. According to marine data, wind speeds are reported at force 11 to 15 and speeds are estimated at 20 to 25 kilometers per hour. The storm is expected to move northwest and west, bringing heavy rain and increased risk of flooding in these areas.
这棵树已经挡住我的去路了。我只能转回来。
If this video was useful to you, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave us a comment below and share this video with your friends so everyone can stay up to date with the latest news and developments.